Good Saturday morning, guys. Welcome to Exit Strategies. I am your host, Corwyn J. the Broker, in charge. Hey, yeah, today I'm in charge, guys. Exit Realty Low Country Group in beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina, guys. Hey, this is your first time listening to the show. Woo, you are in for a treat. Hey, our mission here at Exit Strategies is very simple, guys. That is to empower our community, guys, the African American community, through financial literacy and real estate education, guys. We are legacy building, guys. That is what we do. So look, when you're out there making those things happen, I want you to think about your legacy, about your family, about your children, and even the grandchildren, others still yet to come. Guys, you can find us on social media, Facebook, Exit Strategies Radio. Please go there, like us. Hey, look, when we're in the studio, we video. Yes, we do. You get a little bit behind the scenes as well. Please check that video out, that information out. Hey, if this message today is for you, great, wonderful. Please accept it, embrace it, and most importantly, apply it. But if it is not for you, please make sure that you share this information. Maybe it's for that coworker in the other cube. Maybe it's for your church sister or brother sitting on the other end of the pew from you, whatever, whoever, maybe it's for somebody else in your family. Please encourage them and share this information with them, guys. We are here to educate our community, guys, to empower our community, guys. As the old adage says, if we knew better, we do better. So look here, we trying to give you some education to help you guys get along the way to where you could be so you can get away from where you currently are. Is that fair? So you can also find us, guys, hey, on YouTube. Yeah. We posted videos there. So Exit Strategies Radio, guys, go check it. Go like our channel. Make sure you keep up with what we're doing. Guys, we're always sharing some information. Again, a little bit of extra tidbits, if you will. As my homeboy, my partner, my brother from another mother used to say, the infamous Rob Wilson Jr. used to say, hey, we dropping them nuggets on you so you can go back there and get them things. So please make sure you guys go out there and check that information out. As always, guys, what we do here in the studio is never rehearsed. It is always live. It is always direct, because we want to make sure we're giving you the energy that we got, that we ain't manufacturing it somewhere, and we ain't walking or working from some script. This right here is what we doing is a walk. Every time that you get up in the morning, guys, you guys step out on a walk. It is a faith walk for most of you. And for what it's worth, what we're doing right here is the same. We are working and we're out here walking in these streets with you guys. And we hope to encourage you, to embrace you, and help or carry you along the way when necessary, guys. Whatever God has called you to be, I know that he's called me to be a vessel, guys. And sometimes, look here, I ain't meant to see it all the way through. Sometimes I'm just meant to be a little bit of voice and encouragement along the way. And guys, that's what we're going to stick to. And that's what we always going to do. So today's show, guys, we're going to get off into something education. I've been really focused, guys, on a few projects that I'm working on. I'm going to keep you guys posted on that stuff because I am super excited about what it is that we are putting on the horizon. All right. So guys, look here. I'm going to make you laugh, and I'm going to say this in all sincerity. I am oftentimes always amazed and astounded at what happens. And y'all know what I'm talking about. I am oftentimes and always amazed and astounded at what our God does, and the doors that he opens, the opportunities that he creates, and most importantly, the places where he put us so we can achieve those things for his glory. All right? So look, I'm going to bring that thing down a little bit. Yeah, I know. Because I was a little hyped when I first started, but I need you guys to understand fundamentally, guys, what this thing here is. So I'm uber excited about some of the projects that we're working on. We're going to keep you posted along the way, because I need for you guys, as we talk about these things, I need you guys to make notes, and I want you to think about who this information is relevant to. I've been saying for the longest about inviting us over to the cookout. I'm going to give you a reason to make sure you get us to the family reunion. Is that fair? Because I need you to know that we have a commitment to help our community. So today our focus is going to be just about educating. See, anybody can come and give you a sales pitch or otherwise, tell you why you need to do a particular thing or why you should not do a particular thing or whatever it may be. That's well and fine. Yes, anybody could do that. But it takes a true professional to educate you and teach you and show you why. I mean, I tell people, guys, really, I'm not a salesperson. I don't call myself or deem myself to be a salesperson, even though I work in an industry where we are deemed or otherwise considered to be selling. I'm in the information business. I don't sell information. Well, I sell services, I guess is maybe a way to say it. I don't sell information though, guys. I provide information to my clients, to my base, to those people around me. Shout out to my man Terry Bates back there on the boards for me today. Look here, that's what we do. And in turn, what happens is that information that you receive empowers and enables someone to make an educated decision. Because see, there's a difference in just making, quote unquote, a decision. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. When you have information, then you're armed and you're positioned to win. But when you're just out here random, haphazardly approaching life or any other thing that may be out there in front of you, guys, you're not empowered. You're not. You're simply merely acting or otherwise reacting to the situations and circumstances that you have been thrust in. So there's something different. It's something unique. It's something profound. It is something almost not quite prophetic about having the information and being armed with the knowledge that you need to make a decision that's going to change everything. See, that's just like you guys, look here, you go and you get the word at church. Look here, when you go put that in a play, you've been armed with that information. Your pastors gave you an interpretation, sends you out here in the world so you get to apply it. And when those things happen and you exercise on that faith or whatever it is that he has given or stated to you, let's say, then at that point in time, it's almost, again, prophetic. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So look, guys, hey, for some of you, if you in the housing industry, you may know a little bit of this, you may not. But the South Carolina Housing Department, guys, published this past week its housing needs assessment for our state. And the purpose of this conversation today, guys, to be very frank, is because it is needed. Guys, we have a housing problem, if you will, within the state of South Carolina. Affordability is getting considerably outside of our control. That is from everything from housing purchase to also rental affordability. So I want to talk about that rental piece for a moment. I know we talk about sales oftentimes, but I think this is a good lead in because many of you currently are renting, maybe looking to rent, maybe you're new, getting into, home, getting into quote unquote, getting out of parents' house, getting out of college, whatever it is. So there's 46 counties in the state of South Carolina, guys. The average renter in our state cannot afford a basic 2-bedroom apartment without overspending their budget. And granted, for the purpose of considering what a budget is, as far as housing, your housing payment, guys, should be no more than 28 to 31%. Our state oftentimes uses about 28% as a base, but lenders will go up to about 31 or so percent. So 41 counties, people are having to overextend just to afford a rental, a basic 2-bedroom apartment, not the glamorous, bells and whistles and all that kind of stuff. There's only 5 counties in our state, guys, that are considered to be affordable. That's Darling County, Fairfield, Hampton, Marlborough, and Oconee. Those are the only ones. So guys, over a quarter of South Carolina renters experience a cost burden, meaning they spend more than half their gross income on rent. That, guys, is scary. So, I've always been talking or talk often in here about, I changed it up. We're talking about affordability. The industry really talks and focuses on affordability. I like to talk about attainability. I like to change it up a little bit because the reality is affordable is, whatever, is based, in my opinion, is based different. It's just the money and what we're talking about, the attainability, whether someone can figure out how to get to that level, because we have to make homes attainable. So do we raise the income of the person versus trying to figure out how to get the price down? Because the price of housing or any other consumer good, guys, is controlled by the market. The cost to produce it, yeah, got to think about it. This is basic economics. So the cost to produce it dictates the cost to have it. Now, incomes don't raise or don't get to a level to make it affordable, then that's a problem. So we got to focus on attainability, whether that be the combination of bringing or figuring out how to make housing more cost effective to produce, as well as making sure that people have the incomes to get to the level they need to be at in order to attain adequate housing. So guys, there are about 72,000 subsidized housing units. Subsidized means that there's another entity that contributes towards that housing payment. 1 out of every 5 low income renters in the state are being served. 1 out of 5, that's 20%, guys. There's over 4,000 South Carolinians. Yeah, it's sad. They're experiencing homelessness as of this past January. All right, that's a lot of people, guys. A lot of people. A lot of people. So we have to consider that. Your trends, guys, as far as the amount of income that is needed, the cost burden that people are experiencing, guys, the cost burden for, say, example, Charleston County is 28%, guys. That 28% of people can't afford or have to put more than half their income into their rent, their housing payment. That's huge. That's severe. That's very severe. So we have to figure out how to address that. You know what I'm saying? You guys have to get involved. We got to stop sitting on the sideline, guys. You're out here experiencing it. So show up at town hall meetings when your senators and congressmen are coming through when they're soliciting these votes. Because, it's coming up on election season. You see what I'm saying? So show up and make this known. Make it known so that people know, okay, you know what? Hey, we got to do this. We have to figure out how to affect or impact housing prices in a positive way to assist consumers. But also on the other side of this thing, we have to figure out how to impact jobs and incomes to raise the level as well. So guys, look here, we always get at it here hard in the studio. My man Terry Bates just gave us that signal for that first break. So guys, you've been listening to Exit Strategies. Y'all hold tight. We'll be right back. And we are back, guys. Exit Strategies Radio. I'm your host, Corwyn J. Millette, broker and owner of Exit Realty Group and Beauty. Oh, yeah, I ain't quite got my singing voice back today. Hey, North Charleston, South Carolina. Hey, if it's your first time listening to the show, our mission here is very simple. That is to empower our community, the African American community, through financial literacy and real estate education, guys. That's what we're doing over here, Legacy Building. So, hey, look, you can find us on social media, Exit Strategies Radio on Facebook. You also find us on YouTube. We record the show in studio, guys. Got a little video. You get a little bit of extra behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff. So please make sure you check us out there. Get that information. Sometimes the content, sometimes what we're talking about is for you. That sometimes it's not. If it is, great. Embrace it. Apply it. If it isn't, share it so somebody else can embrace it and apply it. That's what it means, guys. That's what we should and must do. So, guys, look here. I'm going to jump straight back into it because we're talking about this past week, guys. South Carolina Housing Department released its housing needs assessment for our state. And the information contained, guys, paints a very dark picture of housing affordability within our state. The number of people, guys, who are struggling to find affordable rentals is huge. So we're going to talk about housing affordability from the other side of the coin. All right. So I'm going to give you something as far as renters. I'm going to continue with renters here for a moment and then jump on the other side. But there's a shortfall. So for example, for Dorchester County, and I'm going to jump around to our local counties, Charleston, Dorchester, here. But for Dorchester County, the average wage needed to afford adequate housing or afford the housing within, that area tends to be just over or just under, however you look at it, $21 per hour as far as the median average wage. The average renter, guys, the mean wage for them is $11.67. So they have a shortfall on average. And again, guys, this is not every case, but we're talking about big picture, put it all together, the person in the middle, so to speak, not the average, but the person in the middle, $9.63 per hour short on their wages in order to afford a basic 2-bedroom unit in that market. For Charleston County, guys, for Charleston County, the average wage is a little higher. Currently, it's a little over $15. But it's still, guys, a $6 and change shortage in that market as well, in that area as well. And guys, you got to think Charleston County, hey, that includes North Charleston. So you have certain areas and certain corridors that may be a little bit, a little less pricey per se. So again, all those numbers come into play. So we have other issues going on, as obviously as it relates, but we're going to focus on, again, just the affordability. And I always like to talk about, attainability, as in its stead, if you will, because, we really struggle with that. We're always talking about, housing prices and, the fact they're going up. Yes, they're going up. I've heard it said that it's the agents, the realtors' fault. Just understand, not every agent is a realtor, guys. So, don't use that realtor term generically. But it's the real estate agent's fault. And no, it's not. Our market is based on supply and demand. Again, it's basic economics. So if we're focused on and understand basic economics, if there's a need, then people that are selling are going to work to take advantage of the need. Which means that if there are hundreds of people looking to buy a home like they have, they're not going to take a low offer for it. Why would they? There's no motivation to do so if they can get more money out of it. So that's something else to consider. Definitely something to consider. So guys, as we look at this affordability, then here's what we also have to consider. So people with fixed incomes struggle, right? Think about your older parents, maybe retired, they're on Social Security. Maybe they're getting a retirement from work or what have you. Does their retirement give them a cost of living increase that offsets the cost of living increase that they experience in general? That's a very valid question. That's something you probably should ask. Because we often find that people on fixed incomes, unfortunately, struggle significantly with housing costs because the cost of services for their home, insurance, etc., rises oftentimes at a rate that is far beyond what their cost of living adjustment, if they even receive one, is able to absorb and to manage. So I want to share something that's in the housing needs assessment. This is, a profile of various groups. So the fixed income elderly, the small business manager, but I'm going to talk about the single parent household, single mothers out there, if you guys are listening, single fathers, because there's some of us out here as well. So here's one young lady, 26, lives in North Charleston with 2 little girls, says that it can be hard to find good work in this economy, but I managed to find a spot working a night shift at a hospital. Love the job. It's exhausting, and some days they barely see their kids. They make about $32,000 a year, but it's a tight squeeze. They don't have a car. They kick in a little bit of gas money to get back and forth to work with coworkers, but otherwise they're riding the bus. They rent a duplex unit for about $675 a month. Electric is about $200. All right? What happens if there's an issue or problem? So the reality is that they're currently spending roughly about 33% of their income going towards housing, a little bit outside of affordability, just outside. And they still have to pay utilities and other expenses. Got young children, you can imagine what that's going to be. So, based upon an actual needs study, this particular mother is about $12,000 short annually on what they need to live on annually to be in a stable environment and live self-sufficient. You guys know people like this who are just out there just trying to get by on cost or with these costs and stuff, guys. Again, housing affordability in our state is a huge issue. And again, today's show, I'm bringing light to it because we need to be educated and understand that, yes, this is going on. But you also need to have a voice in it and make sure you're talking to your Congress people about it. Make sure that's on the table. There's no one size fits all, and we ain't gonna boil too much into that today, so I'm gonna pick this up on another time because I just got that signal for that second break. So guys, you've been listening to Exit Strategy. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back for our wrap up. And we are back, guys. Final segment, Exit Strategies Radio. I'm your host, Corwyn J. Millette, broken owner of Exit Realty, the Low Country Group in beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina, guys. Hey, today's show has been awesome. I came in today with just on my mind, we got to have a conversation about attainability again. And I know I keep bringing this back around to you, but there is a method and a reason, quote unquote, for the madness. The method and the reason is very simple to me. Is that we have to have an open discussion and dialogue about the things that are not only just may impact us, but are impacting the things and impacting people around us. You guys that have children who are coming out of college or maybe coming out of high school, they're going to be hitting the workforce or something. How are they going to be able to afford adequate housing? Are they going to stay home with you? Yeah, things to consider. So we got to have these conversations, guys, and these dialogues within our community. This is how we empower one another, by educating one another. So I want to make sure that I do at least what I believe I can do, which is to get this word out to you. So guys, look, I got to give you some announcements, guys, because, they got your boy out there in these streets and I'm working hard. And I just want to put this out here. Look, if your group is looking for this information to be boiled down to a personal level for your organization, give me a call. I do speaking engagements, guys. Didn't know if you knew that, but you can book me. So give me a call. Call my cell, 843-364-3095, or call my office, 843-619-3005, guys. I'll get my assistant to reach out, give you some information, and we can work on that. But guys, I got a couple of events coming up. Your boy is actually in Aiken today. That's where we're doing this thing from, and that's where we're going to be at. So I'm up in Aiken today doing a workshop for a group up here today. So I'm very, 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 very excited about it. So we'll be here today. In a few weeks, we're going to be doing a heroes workshop. So our local heroes, firefighters, EMS, military, active, and retired. Hey, you guys, our police officers, tell you how you can get some money back. All right. So please make sure that you register for that. You can get any of our workshops at exitworkshops.com. Again, exitworkshops.com. Just as a note, our average hero receives a rebate on our services of $2,400. Guys, I'm also going to be up in good old Mullins, M&M, South Carolina, guys, in October. Yes. Going to be up there doing a workshop as well. So your boy's getting around a little bit. Please make sure you check us out. All these workshops, guys, are free. So please make sure that you check it out. Guys, Exit Strategy is my baby. It's how I give back to our community. Most importantly, it's how I work to empower us. it's a heavy load at times, guys, and I just want to tell you that I appreciate you, your prayers. I appreciate those who listen. Shout out to Elder Evans. I want to give a special shout out to a few dedicated listeners, if you will. I know y'all out there partying, out there in Monk's Corner, etc. But look, y'all have an obligation, just like I do, to help and serve others. So please make sure that you do your part. This has been Exit Strategies, guys. We love you, and we see you out there in them streets. Y'all got it real today. Let's make it happen.